The ones who have love in their hearts are the ones who fulfill the hopes and desires of the Father's heart. Being loving with the heart means that whatever has been spoken from the heart of the Father is merged in the hearts of the children. Every word Baba speaks gets imprinted in the heart, you know. So being loving with the heart means that whatever has been spoken from the heart of the Father is merged in the hearts of the children. Whatever is merged in their hearts will automatically be in their actions. So I can't say I love Baba and then my actions are something else, you know. I'm doing the inverse of what Baba's asking me of. Where there's that deep love, there's a natural reflection of it in my actions. For those souls who have only love, some things are merged in their hearts and some things are merged in their heads. Whatever is merged in their hearts is put into actions. Many thoughts arise out of whatever is merged in their heads, such as, can we do this or not? Or it has to be done. It will be done. It will happen at the right time. There's a little bit of a hesitancy, a little bit of confusion, a little bit of doubt, because it's not from the heart. It's like still you're trying to work it out, you know? So because of many thoughts like this, it only stays at the level of thought and isn't put into action. If we think too much, then there's no energy left to do it. So that's why Daddy always used to tell, don't think, you know, but we have to think, but not too much. You know, catch the thought from Baba and then do it. So today, Bab Dada saw that all of you are the ones who have sacrificed yourselves. If you hadn't sacrificed yourselves, you could not be called Brahmins. Out of love for the Father, you have to make a sacrifice of doing what the Father has said. That is, you have to renounce the consciousness of I. Whether it is of arrogance, so I'm everything, or of weakness, I'm nothing. Both are not right, you know. So whether it is of arrogance or of weakness, both have to be renounced, you know. So not to think too much of myself in a way, you know, I'm everything, I know everything, I'm always right. And on the other hand, also that I'm nothing and having that low self-esteem. It's also like the inverse form of arrogance. And that's not the true I. Baba wants us to have the awareness of the true I. And that awareness he gives us. So the I of soul consciousness. Both are body consciousness, arrogance and weakness. Sometimes we think by saying, oh, I'm not so good, I'm being humble. But it's not being humble. You know, the humility, when there's humility, I know who I am, and there's the appreciation of my virtues, and I use them, I work with them. You know, I don't think less of myself in a way. So Baba is saying this is called a sacrifice. There are many who sacrifice themselves, but those who have courage to make this sacrifice are number-wise. So it's subtle game. We have to check ourselves very honestly. So today Bab Dada is seeing the result of just this 1 month. In this season, Bab Dada has especially given signals so many times in many different ways for you souls to become equal to the Father, to become Bab Saman. This is the special elevated desire in Bab Dada's heart. You have received so many treasures and so many blessings. Who's got all their blessings cards with them? Yeah, you see so many, right? You have come running here in order to claim blessings. You know, incidentally, that this was the last season actually, and perhaps the last Murli, when Baba gave personal blessings. Because after this, that whole role stopped. Yeah. 88, Shobna, were you in Madhuban? Yeah. Yeah, but you went the year before, ne? Yeah, okay. So you have come running here in order to claim blessings. The Father is also pleased that the children have been coming to meet him with such love, and that they are pleased to receive blessings. However, who are the ones who are going to fulfill the hopes and desires of the Father's heart? So we all want to get blessings, but Baba's asking who's going to fulfill those desires. So checking for the self. To what extent have you put into practice the things that the Father has told you about? What is the result of all three? Thoughts, words, and actions. So all three Baba wants us to check. To what extent are your minds powerful in relationships and connections? That's where our challenge comes up, isn't it? When we're sitting quietly by ourselves, it's okay. But it's when we're interacting, how much is my thoughts elevated at that point in time? If you have simply sat and churned all these things, that is very good for self-progress. And it has to be done. So we must reflect on it and think about it. However, for you elevated souls whose minds are elevated, that is, whose thoughts are powerful and who have good wishes and pure feelings, what is the mirror of the power of your minds? So what is the mirror of the power of your minds? The mirror of these is your words and actions. Whether with agyani souls, meaning souls that don't have knowledge, or with jnani souls, knowledgeable souls, your words and actions in your relationships and connections with both types of soul are a mirror. If your words and actions are not filled with good wishes and pure feelings, how can the practical form of the power of your minds be understood? Those who have pure and powerful minds will automatically have powerful and pure words and actions. They will be filled with good wishes. A powerful mind means the power of their remembrance will be elevated and powerful, and they will be easy yogis. So, you're flexible, you flow with things, you don't struggle. That's what an easy yogi is. So, powerful mind means the power of their remembrance will be elevated and powerful, and they will be easy yogis. Not only will they be easy yogis, they will be easy karma yogis. Bapdada saw that the majority of children pays attention to making remembrance powerful. And they have the zeal and enthusiasm to make their remembrance easy and constant. They are moving forward in this, and they will continue to move forward. They have good love for the Father, and this is why they pay good attention to remembrance, because the basis of remembrance is love. Okay? When there's love, there's natural remembrance, And I don't feel remembrance is an effort, but I want to remember the one that I love, so it's a natural. I remember, I think it was my first year when I went to Madhuban, and Dari Golza was giving us a class. And she said, many ask, Dari, how can we have constant remembrance? And her response to that was, when you have love for someone, how can you forget? It's like, instead of thinking of how can I have constant remembrance, to say, how can I forget? Because if there's love, then there's a natural remembrance. Yeah. So Baba's saying, all are very good when it comes to having a heart-to-heart conversation with the Father. However, now this big however here, sometimes they show a stern eye when they get upset with one another, and then they complain to the Father. What do we tell Baba then when we get upset with each other? Tell the Father, why don't you put this right? Fix this one, Baba. So that eye is filled with love and affection, but when they come into the gathering, when they start to perform actions and interact with the family, then there is a lot of wastage of words in the gathering. That is, it is evident in the power of words. So the quality of our conversations is very important. It's reflecting what's in our mind. Because the power of words is wasted, there is a reduction in the power or special ingredient to make others experience the revelation of the Father. They like the things they hear, that is something else. for you repeat the things that the Father has said, and so they would surely like those things. However, because the power of words is wasted, power is not accumulated. This is why there is still a delay in spreading the sound of the revelation of the Father. See, where there's waste, then there's no power. You know? So I remember Ken Bai giving us a very nice formula. He said, effort divided by waste is equal to your attainment or power. So, in maths, whatever you divide something by, the smaller it gets, the greater the attainment. So even if I make a little bit of effort, but I make sure there's no waste, the attainment is unlimited. If waste is zero, the result is infinite. It's unlimited. So just the attention not to have waste, then the attainment is unlimited. Because we make effort, we all wake up and have Amrit Vela and, listen to Murli and we study, do our traffic control. But why isn't there that accumulation of power? And the simple thing is because of wastage. So Baba is asking us to check today, which areas is there wastage? So Baba is saying this is why there is still a delay in spreading the sound of the revelation of the Father. There are too many ordinary words being spoken. Instead, let there be alokik words, spiritual words, words of angels. This year, underline this especially. You saw Father Brahma. His words were the words of an angel. Few words and sweet words, yeah. Words that are fruitful are accurate. Whereas words that don't, or words that are not fruitful are wasteful. Okay, so when you don't feel success, to know there's an inaccuracy there. Even if there are words for business activities, and you do have to speak for activities, do not let there be too many words. You now have to accumulate power. Just as you accumulate power of the mind with remembrance, and when you sit in silence, you accumulate the power of thoughts. In the same way, accumulate the power of words. Yeah. Someone who talks too much, you eventually stop listening to them. So let my words be few and meaningful and powerful. Baba will tell you something else. Baba will tell you something amusing. In Babdada's world, there is everyone's saving box. You also have a box, a Baba's box in your centers, do you not? So in the Father's world, there are the children's saving boxes. Throughout the day, each one of you saves and accumulates the three powers of thoughts, words, and deeds. And that is your saving box. There is a full account of how much power of the mind, power of words, and power of actions you have accumulated. You also send an account of your savings and expenditure, do you not? So Babdada was looking at your savings boxes. what would have emerged? How much would have been saved in your account? Each one's result is individual. Many boxes are full, but they contained a lot of pennies. So when little children save pennies in their savings box, their box gets very heavy. No? So Baba especially saw this a great deal in the result of words. You pay attention to remembrance, but you don't pay as much attention to words. So this year, create a scheme to save the powers of both words and actions. The government also creates various saving schemes, does it not? Of course, all of you know that the main one is the power of thoughts. However, along with the power of thoughts, words and actions are also especially connected because they are clearly visible in relationships and connections. Thoughts are incognito, whereas these are clearly visible. The method for saving your words is, can you remember the slogan? What's the method to saving your words? What Dadiji always used to tell us? Can you remember? Dadiji's slogan? Exactly. Speak less, speak sweetly, and speak respectfully. Yeah. So, kam bolo, dira. She used to say speak softly as well. Dira bolo. So, kam bolo, meetha bolo. And what would you say for respect in Hindi, Shobna? Swaman. Man. Yeah, okay. So Father Brahma made the young and the old belong to him by speaking to them with respect. The more you move forward using this method, the sooner the rosary of victory will be ready. So what are you going to do this year? As well as service, you specially have to accumulate these powers while doing service. All of you have made the best of all plans for service. Even now, the service that is taking place everywhere according to the plans, whether in Bharat or abroad, is good. And you will continue to do good service. Just as you are continuing to move forward with the good wishes of creating a result better than the next, in the same way, in service, let there also be the special thought collectively of remaining content with yourself and of making others content, because 3 types of service take place simultaneously. Firstly, contentment with the self, which is self-service. Okay, so just really that feeling that, not being chased by desire, but really having that contentment and moving forward, making the effort that I need to make. So contentment with the self, which is self-service. Contentment of the gathering, which is service of the family. And number 3, serving souls of the world through language, through words, or any other method. So 3 types of service take place at the same time. Whatever program you create has 3 types of service merged in it. Just as you pay attention to the method and result of world service, in the same way, for the other 2 types of service of the self and the gathering, let all 3, thoughts, words, and actions, be free from obstacles. For only then would it be said that you have number 1, success in service. So what are obstacles? Obstacles are doubt, confusion, reactions, things like that. So let it be free from all of that. It's like the energy must flow easily. Must be movement. So to be successful in all 3 means to claim a number. This year, let there be success at the same time in all 3 types of service. Let these drums beat. If the drums only beat in one corner, the sound does not reach the ears of Kumbhakarna, the sleeping giant. When these drums beat in all directions, all the Kumbhakarnas will then awaken. At present, what happens? At present, one wakes up and another one goes to sleep. And when the second one wakes up, the third one goes to sleep. So they wake up a little and then say that this is good, and then they go back to sleep. However, only when they wake up and say, "Oh ho, Prabhu, how wonderful God is," in words or in their minds, and claim their inheritance of liberation, will completion take place. Only when they awaken can they claim their inheritance of liberation. So do you understand what you have to do? Be cooperative with one another. By protecting others, you will protect yourself. That is, you will be able to save in your account. However closely you bring others into contact with plans of service, that much result of service will be visible in a practical way. You have been doing the service of giving a message, and you must continue to do that. But this year, you mustn't just give the message. You also have to make them cooperative. That is, bring them into close contact. So you get them to fill in a form, and that will continue anyway. But this year, move forward. Get them to fill in a form, but do not leave it at that. Bring them into a relationship. Create plans depending on the type of person to form a connection with them. Even if you have small programs, let this be your aim. We used to do Snemilans, small gatherings, to bring souls closer, to give them an experience, not just to give the message, but to give souls the experience, become part of the family. So do not make them cooperative just for 1 hour or just while they fill in a form, but with cooperation, bring them close. develop a connection or relationship with them. Then as you progress further, the form of service will change. You won't have to do anything for yourself. People who are in relationship with you will speak on your behalf. You will just have to give blessings and drishti. Just as nowadays they make Shankaracharya sit on a chair, in the same way they will sit you on a chair of being worthy of worship, not on a silver chair. They will become instruments to prepare the field, and you will just have to sow seeds with your drishti. Speak a few words of blessings, and then revelation will take place. It's like a conference around climate that happened, I think in the 90s it was, where Daddy Janki was recognized as a wisdom keeper. So there were few souls that were like recognized as wisdom keepers. So we didn't have to say much, but it was just like Daddy's presence is what served, you know. It was a UN conference, a special role. So Baba said this already, and then it happened later. So Baba said, from that, the Father will be visible through you. And with the experience of the Father's drishti and his love, the sound of revelation will begin to be heard. So you have now completed the golden jubilee of service. Now, others will do service and you will be happy just being observers. For instance, what does the Pope do? He simply gives drishti and speaks a few words of blessings to such a huge gathering. Others will be instruments to give long lectures. You would say that the Father has told you these things, and others will say, whatever these people have said are the Father's words. There is no one else like that. So such hands will gradually be prepared. Hands have become ready to look after the centers, have they not? So in the same way, others will emerge who will gain experience and then speak on the stage on your behalf. They won't be those who just praise you. They will become instruments to clarify deep points of knowledge and also prove that this godly knowledge is right. However, in order for this to happen, bring such loving and cooperative souls into contact and then form a relationship with them. The aim of this whole project is to make them cooperative in such a way that you yourselves become the might and they become the mics. So, you know, this was the time when we were doing Global Cooperation for a Better World. That was the project that we were on. And so Baba was encouraging that the souls we come into contact with, don't just bring them for the project, but bring them close into relationship. And eventually these are souls that hold influence, and then they will do the talking. And Baba's saying, our presence will just be giving the vibration and giving the blessing to these souls. So that's why it was the first time that Baba sort of introduced this concept of creating mics. So those are souls that are in the world, they have experience in the world, they have influence in the world. And when we serve them, then they almost like speak on our behalf. So we don't have to say these are God's words, but they can say it. And that has more power then, in a way. Yeah. So that's why Baba's saying the aim of this whole project is to make them cooperate in such a way that you yourselves become the might and they become the mics. The aim of the service of cooperation is to prepare mics who are the basis, who on the basis of their own experience reveal your and the Father's knowledge. Prepare mics who easily and automatically impress others. Do you understand what the aim of service is? What is the butter that will be extracted from all of these programs you have had? Do a lot of service. However, this year, together with giving a message, make this addition. Keep an eye open to see who such worthy ones are, and from time to time bring them into contact in different ways. Let it not be that you had one program and then another one after that and then another, so that the first group of people just left there and those of the recent program came to the forefront. Year 2, you will have to experiment with the power of accumulation. Yeah. Accumulation with context. Continue to accumulate from every program so that at the end a rosary is created of those who are in contact and have a relationship with you. Do you understand? What else remains? And then Baba saying, after all of this, just the program to meet Baba. That's all that remains there. So this year, Bab Dada wishes to see the result of 6 months service. Whatever plans you have created for service, cooperate with everyone, everywhere, and travel around to serve. Inspire zeal and enthusiasm in everyone, young and old, and make them move forward in all 3 aspects of service. This is why Bab Dada has served you totally this year, transforming the night into the day. So what Baba is saying here is that Baba would have these personal gatherings. So 7 o'clock at night, Baba will start with the Murli, and that will carry on. And I think one day till 7 o'clock the next day, hey? So Baba would go, throughout the night, sharing blessings. So this is now the year to eat the fruit of all 3 varieties of service. This year is not for coming year. Big signal. This year is not for coming year. It is the time to eat the fruit. So in brackets, it's written that there was not going to be a Madhuban season that year. So this year, nothing is fixed for you to come here. Sakash, that is subtle rays of light and might from the Father, is constantly with you. You have been told what is fixed in the drama. And here's a point to underline actually. What is acceptable to the drama must also be accepted by you. Are we ready for that? What is acceptable to the drama must also be accepted by you. 1 second. Do a lot of service. The results will be in 6 months. Now make a plan to fulfill the Father's desires. Wherever you look, whoever you see, let each one's thoughts, words, and actions be such that they ignite the lamp of the Father's hopes. First, show the example of this in Madhuban. First, make a model of the savings scheme in Madhuban. First of all, accumulate in this bank. The Madhuban residents have all received blessings. There are still some who have to meet Baba, and that will also be completed soon this year, because the Father has love for all of his children. In fact, each child receives blessings from the Father at every step. The children who have love in their hearts are moving forward with blessings at every step. The Father's blessings are not just in words, but they are from the heart too. And blessings from the heart always give the experience of happiness, zeal, and enthusiasm in the heart. So someone asked Sister Jayanti, how do we know that I'm getting blessings from Baba in a way? And she replied very beautifully that when you're sitting in yoga and you're remembering Baba, there's the feeling of that love and enthusiasm that grows in the heart, So that's it. The Baba's blessings are with us always. Sometimes we wait for things at a physical level. And then even what is available, we don't see it because we're waiting for something physical. But when we become subtle, then we can feel it and we can move with it and we can be filled with it, Because Baba is subtle, he's not gross. So the more subtle I become and I make my consciousness, the more I can feel Baba's presence, Baba's blessings, Baba's support. So Baba's saying that blessings from the heart always give the experience of happiness, zeal, and enthusiasm in the heart. This is the sign of blessings from the heart. The sign of those who have imbibed the blessings of the heart into their own hearts is that they constantly move forward with happiness, zeal, and enthusiasm. They never get stuck or confused about anything. They never stop at anything. Through the blessings, they continue to fly. And everything is left down below. Even the sightseers cannot stop those who are flying. So today, Babdara is congratulating the children who have served the season, those who have served tirelessly from their hearts. Special congratulations to the servers. You came to Madhuban and became the decoration of Madhuban. So Babdada is congratulating the children who have become the decoration of Madhuban. Congratulations are also being given to the elevated souls who are the instruments responsible, who are also constantly tireless, and like the Father, refreshing everyone with their service. Congratulations to the chariot as well. Congratulations to the server children everywhere. You have been moving forward whilst being free from obstacles. And you have to continue to move forward in the same way. I'm just remembering a little story. There was a Sindhi conference that took place in Madhuban. And the brother who was making the curry, there's a special curry that the Sindhis make. And for some odd reason, it got a bit burnt. And now it was too late to remake it now. So he thought, what am I going to do? And this is the special dish of the Sindhis. So he went and he sat in Baba's room and he said, Baba, please, we have to do something. But just to give vibrations to it. And then when they had the meal and everything, and the guests that were there came and said, this was the best curry. What is the recipe for it? So, sometimes it's like, don't let anything be an obstacle. Don't get confused or scared or whatever. Just invoke that remembrance. Of course, we must take care we don't burn things, but, it's like just our vibration and feeling. Do it with love and it will take care of everything. So Baba is saying here, congratulations to all the children of this land and foreign lands who have come here, and congratulations for your refreshment. However, don't just keep this refreshment for 6 months, keep it forever. So the memories of Madhuban are here, right? It's not that now we didn't go, so we're feeling empty. Anyone feeling empty? No, as soon as you're feeling a little bit, just remember your experiences of Madhuban and get refreshed. As to the refreshment, by all means come here for more refreshment, because all the children always have a right to the Father's treasures. The Father and the treasures are always with you and will always be with you. Simply make yourself an example in the things that have been underlined and claim extra marks in this exam. Don't look at what others are doing, but make yourself an example. From within that, whoever takes up the initiative is Arjuna. That is number 1. When Bab Dada comes next time, let the actions of angels, the words of angels, and the thoughts of angels always be visible in each and every one. Okay. So in a way, Baba said, I will come back. And I think everyone went, relief. Bab Dada wants to see the ceremony of this transformation. If each one of you were to tape your words for even one day, you would understand all of this very clearly. Just check and you will know clearly how much is being wasted. Check it with the tape of the mind, not with the physical tape. Words that are ordinary are also accumulated in the account of waste. If instead of 4 words, you speak 24 words, in what category do the 20 words come? Therefore, save your energy. And then the 2 words of blessings that you speak will do the work of an hour's lecture. Acha. So to all the spiritual moths who totally sacrifice themselves, to all the special souls who move forward with the determination to become equal to the Father, to the double light children who constantly go across any type of sightseeing with their flying stage, love, remembrance, and namaste from Bab Dada, the spiritual flame. And then the blessing for this morning. May you have an intellect filled with faith and transform the sanskars of all souls with your benevolent feelings. So may you have an intellect filled with faith and transform the sanskars of all souls with your benevolent feelings. Your intellect has 100% faith in the Father, so that no matter how much someone tries to shake you, they cannot. Are we that stable? In the same way, no matter what type of paper souls in the divine family or in the worldly community give you, even if they get angry and oppose you, insult you, or defame you, they cannot shake you. For this, so Baba's giving us the method. How do I do this? For this, simply have benevolent feelings for all souls. And these feelings will transform their sanskaras. So benevolent, be a giver. You know, the moment I take from anyone, I'm affected by them. You know, and so if I just keep the awareness that, have that faith in Baba and in my relations with everyone, to just have benevolent feelings, good wishes, and be a giver, then I don't get influenced by anyone. So Baba says, for this simply have benevolent feelings for all souls, and these feelings will transform their sanskaras. You mustn't become impatient in this. That's a big one, eh? I think we all have to learn. Oh. Fruit will definitely emerge at the right time. This is fixed in the drama. So do you sometimes catch yourself saying, Baba, I had good wishes for this one, but he's still not changing. And that's where we need to just have the good wishes, and at the right time, the right things will happen, you know. But we want to get instant reward. That's it. So fruit will definitely emerge at the right time. This is fixed in the drama. And then the slogan, with the power of purity, make your thoughts clean and pure and filled with knowledge, and finish your weaknesses. So with the power of purity, make your thoughts clean and pure and filled with knowledge, and finish your weaknesses. So if we take care of our thoughts and use Baba's Gyan to keep our thoughts in an elevated way, then the rest will take care of, you know. Sometimes we focus too much on getting rid of our weaknesses. And the more we think about our weaknesses, it's like the more power we're giving it. So rather keep your mind focused on Gyan, on knowledge, and on practicing what Baba is telling you. And then what happens is the attainment from that practice automatically finishes the weakness. You know, it's like if I keep that feeling of, you know, Baba being combined with Baba in a way, and keeping Baba close in that way, then the room for I and my falls away. You know, naturally, when that becomes the experience. So, you know, keep moving forward in creating that experience.
Don't look what others are doing.
Yeah.
We must be the example.
Exactly. Don't look at what others are doing, but we must be the example. That's it. Baba has given us the methods. So just keep focused on that. Yeah. So let's just take a moment of silence first, and then we'll share some points. Just to absorb everything that Baba has shared. Om Shanti. So, who would like to share what have we taken from Baba's Murli today? What are we going to underline for ourselves?
A silent mind is a golden mind.
Okay, a silent mind is a golden mind. Yeah. So Baba's saying, be attentive, not just on our thoughts, but what else today he highlighted? Our words as well. So free the self from waste. Always remember, if waste is zero, success is infinite. Yeah. Good.
The Father's Sakash is constantly with us.
Yeah, Baba's Sakash is always with us, always. And I think Baba was highlighting this because, Baba wasn't going to come in the physical. And so he wanted to say, it's not Baba's not with you. Baba's Sakash is always with you. So keep that awareness. And I think it's such an important awareness to know now that yes, that part of the Avyak meeting is over, but Baba is always with us. Baba Sakash is with us. Anyone else would like to share? Even anyone from Zoom can share.
Don't carry garbage in your mind.
Yes, Raman Bhai, we mustn't carry garbage in our minds. And Mohini Ben would also say, and don't be a dustbin for others either.
Renounce the consciousness of I.
Yeah. Baba said to sacrifice the I is the greatest sacrifice. So renounce the consciousness of I. And then the feeling of really of closeness to Baba happens automatically. No? Good. Anyone else?
Take care of your thoughts.
Yes, take care of your thoughts and your words. Today, Baba underlined that a lot. Yeah. Important. Brother Dion, it's your first Murli with the gathering. Anything that stood out for you? Yeah.
I think what stood out for me was you should be the change that you want to see.
Yeah, we must be the change that we want to see. We must be the examples. Yeah.
Take all the words and no actions to them go anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Something, for us.
Pratiba Ben, I like this point very much. You speak less, you speak sweetly and respectfully, and somehow we do get the desired result.
That's it. You save your energy when you speak sweetly and speak sweetly, softly, respectfully, and speak less. Then as that power, there's more power in that. Yeah, great. I see Lebo's got a hand. Lebo, would you like to share your point?
Yes, Shanti. I liked what Baba mentioned when Baba said, even though there will be those who will be opposing you, being angry with you, however, you should just be benevolent and just give and give. You know, that's what stood up for me more.
Yeah, yeah. That whole aspect of no matter what someone else is doing, but just if I deep faith in Baba, and with that faith, constantly to have benevolent feelings. And I was, sharing with the class yesterday. I was reading Murli for another country, and just the feeling that faith in Baba is also faith in myself. So in a way that with that faith in Baba, I hold my self-respect. And as a result of that self-respect, then no matter what the other is saying or doing, I can remain stable. And that my response to that will then be benevolent feelings. So it's an interesting connection there. Deep faith in Baba, and then to constantly have benevolent feelings. And that will then shift. My pure feelings are what ultimately shifts things. Yeah. Anyone else would like to share? Anyone? Sister Rogani, your point?
Yeah. Papa spoke of the saving box,
Mm,
and that got to do with our thoughts, words, and deeds. It's a checking point as well.
yeah,
Throughout the day. And for the self, I always say, Baba is my one strength, my one support, and that remembrance of Baba gave the power and energy to do whatever.
yeah, yeah. So just for the sake of those on Zoom, is Rogani Ben sharing, Baba was speaking about the saving box, the saving scheme. He talked about it today. But yeah, the sense of accumulating power in both our thoughts, words, and deeds. And just for the self, keeping that awareness that Baba is my one strength and support. Yeah. And this thing about how Baba was saying that what can be said with less words becomes more impactful. Sometimes when we, expand, go into too much of expansion, we miss it. It doesn't have that much of impact. So to keep things essence-full and clear, powerful. Yeah. Okay, anyone else would like to share?
Baba was saying that about the mirror. Our actions and our words and actions.
Yeah,
This shows elevation of ourselves.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Very important point Rupa Ben is sharing is that Baba said, the mirror of our elevated mind is our words and our actions in a way. So I can't say, oh, I'm having a very high thoughts, but the quality of my words is not there, or my actions are not reflecting that. There must be an alignment. My mind, my thoughts, words, and deeds, there must be alignment. And how is that alignment created is based on what awareness I'm holding. What awareness I'm holding, awareness of being soul conscious, awareness of being Baba's child, awareness of being an instrument. There's so many different levels that, we can hold awareness. And when I hold that awareness, it influences my thinking, it influences my words and my deeds. So the starting point is always that awareness that I'm holding. Okay, good. Any more points? Anyone from Zoom wants to share? If not, then I'll read the homework point. And the homework point for this month is on being an image of tapasya with your attitude of renunciation. So a tapasvi means one who is constantly absorbed in love for the Father, merged in the ocean of love, knowledge, bliss, happiness, and peace. Those who have such renunciation and tapasya are said to be service. Okay, so that deep level of renunciation, but that renunciation becomes so easy when we absorb ourselves in Baba, in the ocean. Can you see if Shirley Ben is around? Just to keep that awareness and let that remembrance of Baba be constant for ourselves. Creating a natural relationship with Baba is important. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. As Baba was saying, it's that keeping that awareness, then I become an easy yogi, but not just easy karma yogi as well. Because I think for all of us, the challenge is that, isn't it? When we come into action, then we forget, Yeah, ask her to come. Yeah. But it's really about becoming easy karma yogi. So while I'm engaged in action, that I maintain that remembrance. And that's key. And the other thing that, Baba for this time had really shared in a way that how we need to create mics. This is the first time Baba introduced that with global cooperation, that to bring souls into close contact and to sustain them so that they become the instruments to, to share what is available for souls to receive from Baba in a way, A good example is like Suresh Oberoi, because he has influence in his field in a way, and just sustaining him over a period of time, he's taken so much of benefit. And so now when he speaks, people listen because in a way he's had that influence. So that's one of the souls. So our sister Shirley is going tomorrow to the hospital for some checkup and things like that. So we're going to send her off with lots of love and good wishes. So Shilban, come, you give everyone Prishti.
Sure.
Okay, come. And then we're going to have a Jerusalem dance from you when you come out of the hospital, right? Because you're going to be full of energy. Come.
Shall I take this? Okay, Om Shanti, everyone.
Say goodbye when the morning sun appears and rests upon your eyes, and the day it begins like the birth of a child. He will hold you in his arms, and you touch the light. You touch the light. So melt away and everyone will know that we touch the light. We touch the light. We touch the light. We touch the light. We touch the light.
So thank you all your blessings and good wishes. Sometimes silence is even more powerful. Okay. Yeah, it's Anne on the chat. Silence.
Oh, you want to read it?
Okay, I wanted to read it. Sometimes silence is even more powerful than any words. So thank you.
Okay.
So Baba's, see you, Jay, bye. So Baba's Murli today was power-packed, filled with so much of dharna, practices for us, attention that we need to pay, etc. So take care, everyone, and be well. And we will be back with you next week. So be well, everyone.
You're gonna fly over it all, sure.
Yes, no, definitely.
Will be there, but you'll be flying in there.
Lots of service to be done. So, yes.
Chauvin is going to London to give visions.
Yes.
She prepared the soil, now she will go give the visions.
Yeah. So, Om Shanti.